What's up, everyone? I've got the FT Aviator. This is a joystick that can fly your DJI drones. I just tested it out with my DJI Mavic Air, and it's a different way to control your drone. I was definitely skeptical at first. Then I grabbed my wife and said, hey, this is supposed to be easier to fly. Is it? Well, she doesn't fly. Let's see what she thinks. So, we'll see what she thinks, and I'll tell you what I think. Stay tuned.
So to make it go higher, you pull a trigger.
Okay.
And to make it go down, you're gonna push with your thumb. But once we get it up, we won't mess with it too much. If we want to take off, I take off. This is Margot's first flight. Alright, so pull the trigger a little bit, get a little higher. There you go. Now push it, try flying forward. Do left, right a little bit. What do you think?
Easy.
Easy, right?
Yeah.
How does this compare to other drones that you've flown?
It's easier to fly.
Why?
It's like self-explanatory with this little remote.
Is it?
It's easy.
Right, yeah.
Once it's explained, it's like you don't need to know anything. Now, as you know, if you were to spin the drone, the controls get a little bit different, right? You could try spinning it and then just staying in one place and do a full circle.
Spinning it, like...
Yeah, so twist your wrist like that.
Oh, cool. That's actually cool.
So, first time pilot,
Yeah,
satisfied?
satisfied. This thing is cool. I like
Is this the most fun you've had today?
Yeah, it just lands itself. Yeah.
Return to home. It works. So I pressed the button, it brought up a message in the app. Do I really want to take off? Yes, I do. So I'm hands off still. I'm going to try this little trigger. There we go. I got throttle, or altitude. So, pretty simple. Forward, left, right. And we got the yaw with the rotate here. Yeah, it does have some ability to go slowly, faster. I'm going to try dialing it up to rabbit, see if that changes things. Yeah, it seems kind of fully engaging in terms of what the DJI would normally do. Pretty easy to use, pretty intuitive so far. I want to tell you one thing we learned that you definitely don't want to do, which is pick up the joystick like this, especially when the drone is in flight. You'll notice that the weight of the phone is tilting everything. I'm telling the drone to go right here, not a good thing. Now, on the flip side of that, one of the things I was really concerned with on this remote, on this joystick, was, that every motion has to be counteracted with your other hand. So I can't just do this without also applying some force, some torque with this hand. I thought that might be harder to control. In reality, apparently humans are really good at that, not an issue. Normally a joystick is on an airplane or some giant mast. Not the case here, but not the problem I was anticipating.
Flying this for the first time, it actually... pretty intuitive. I like, especially the yaw for some reason. It's easy. Yeah, it just makes sense. I go left, I go right. Drone's going up. Thumb down, drone coming down. So it's actually interesting. Then there's this screen here. Actually, it's really quite useful. Okay, so now I look at this white light tells me that the drone is facing away. So when I push forward, it's going straight out. Now if I yaw, it turns that light. Now it's facing toward me. So when I push it forward, it comes directly at me. That's really useful if I lose orientation. I can look here and see where it is. This red light actually also is useful. I'm gonna send the drone up. I can see that the drone is just currently a little bit left of center from me, and as I go away, right now it's facing.
What happens if you turn around?
I don't know, we'll find out in a second. But first, let's send it, yeah, as I send it away, I see that that dot tells me where it is relative to me. Again, pretty useful in terms of understanding orientation. Now, I move the remote. I'm not moving the drone's in one place. The dots move to correspond with the location. That is actually, that's super nice. Actually, I really like that.
I mean, I think that's super nice for an experienced pilot and especially a beginner.
Let's talk about things that I like. Well, it was very intuitive to fly, surprisingly so. This one-handed, I understand why they did this. It makes a whole lot of sense. It's definitely more intuitive in terms of flying. I asked my wife, same thing. She doesn't like flying drones because she thinks it's hard, and she thought this was pretty easy, as you guys saw. Things that I don't really like, it didn't seem to be quite as precise. Okay, I have to stop myself there. And yes, the Mavic Air was not nearly as precise as I would have liked it to have been. And I was talking with Scott, one of the founders of this company, who happens to be a NASA astronaut. He said, hey, why don't you try the Phantom 4? That really is kind of the sweetheart, what this was built for. And I did. And I found the Phantom 4 was much more precise, smoother, and overall I was very pleased in how it operated. So just something to keep in mind. But other things that I wasn't super thrilled about, this gimbal control here at the top didn't seem to be quite as precise. I had to dial it down. I couldn't figure out how to turn off obstacle avoidance. Now keep in mind, this is actually, I'm one of the first people to test this thing out. I'm sure that they're going to make improvements on firmware and things like that. I know that they didn't even have the start guide up on their website when we started, so I kind of had to figure that out. It wasn't super hard, but then I've got my smartphone holder on the remote here, and I've got a connection cable. This is actually a longer one that I use when I'm flying with an iPad, going from my smartphone to the Mavic Air remote as well. It does also connect via Bluetooth. The thing that I liked most about this actually was this display here at the top and the lights. As I kind of showed you before in the video, this will actually light up to tell you the orientation of the drone and the position of the drone relative to you, which is super nice feature. But, you know, you can pick one of these things up if you want to try it for yourself. It's $299 right now. The price is going up to $449, I believe. So if you're an early adopter, you get a little bit of a discount. Who might this product be best suited for? I'm thinking maybe police department, a fire department, someone that needs to get drones in the hands of people that aren't super familiar. They can kind of just pick it up and go. I think that's one probably good test case. I wouldn't recommend this maybe for a super advanced pilot that's really used to the remotes like I am, like Chris is. I just feel like I have much more maneuverability with the two separate joysticks. But then again, I've been flying for years. So definitely great for a beginner like my wife. Overall, I was impressed by how easy this thing was to just kind of pick up and go. Check it out. FT Aviator from Fluidity.